Jungkook is a super rich college dude who insulted you in public for being poor. And now, in order to seek your revenge, you are planning to garlic Jungkook. In order to watch the previous parts of this video, please check out the playlist titled Revenge. Soon, his dad's eyes immediately focused on me. Oh, Wayan, you are even more beautiful in person. It's no wonder my son dragged you to Greece with him. Then he returned to Jungkook. Have you finally stopped being a dump and asked her out? Dad, I have told you a million times. Wayan is my friend. Before Jungkook could finish, his dad slapped him upside the head. Ouch! What the hell was that for? That was for acting like a dump. Dad, even if I wanted to ask her out, Wayan just got out of a serious relationship. Well, that fact didn't stop you from pinning her against the barrister and whispering hot things in Spanish about how we want to rip off her clothes and Jungkook's eyes widened and he made wild cutting actions with his throat as though warning his dad to shut up. Oh my god, is that what you were whispering in my ear? How much do you want to rip off my clothes off? I laughed in amusement. I only said that to prove a point. Liar. Buds of tears pooled in my eyes as I laughed. Thanks a lot, Dad, Jungkook said bitterly as he grabbed our suitcases and rudely pushed past him. It was my pleasure. I followed Jungkook inside the house, and like the outside, it looked beautiful. You will be staying in here, Jungkook said as he pushed open a door to a bedroom. Anyway, I will come get you in an hour for dinner. I am the room across, so just walk in if you need anything. Then, with a small smile of goodbye, Jungkook made his way to the door. Then, I had an incredibly long shower. Once I was done, I wrapped my towel around me and left the bathroom. The second I did, I smacked into someone hard, causing me to skid a little. Hands swiftly lurched around my waist to steady me. That was close. Thanks, Jung. I cut myself off as my eyes landed on someone who was most definitely not Jungkook. The guy looking at me looked a little older than Jungkook. I narrowed my eyes trying to make sense of what was happening. Then suddenly, I recognized him. He was in the magazine. Oh my god, you are Jungkook's brother, I whispered in shock. He blinked in confusion. Yeah. And you are? The door opposite us suddenly burst open, and Jungkook came in. His gaze moved swiftly to his brother's, and then to where his brother's hands were still gripping my waist. Jungkook stared in shock, and then something in his eyes changed. It was cold and chilling and well hurt. Then Jungkook marched towards us, but his gaze was solely focused on his brother. Oh, Jungkook? I was cut off as Jungkook pushed his brother back without a word of warning. I was stunned into silence, and before I could get a word in, Jungkook turned his angry glare to me. Then he snatched my wrist and led me into his room. The moment the door was closed, I was swung around to face him at an incredible speed. Explain. I looked back and forth between Jungkook's hurt eyes in confusion. Explain what? I didn't do anything. Are you kidding me? You were standing in a towel in the corridor with Noah, the same brother I distinctly remember you promising me that you weren't going to go after. What the hell, Wayan? Is this the only reason you agreed to come with me? So you can live out your sick fantasies with one of those guys? Would you stop jumping into conclusions and listen to me? I bumped into him when I was heading out of the shower, and he grabbed my waist to steady me. Jungkook stared at me in silence and shifted his gaze to the floor as though embarrassed. "Oh," he said simply as he backed away from me. "Sorry for snapping at you. It's just seeing him with you. It just... never mind. I didn't even know he was going to be here." "Come on, it might not be that bad. Maybe he's changed and will apologize for whatever the hell he did. Trust me, the last thing on earth he would do is apologize." Jungkook let out a bitter laugh. He sat in silence. Soon, my eyes wandered around his room. I took notice of a picture of a little boy about 10 or so in age. He looked strangely similar to Jungkook and was pulling a funny face at the camera. "Oh, is that a picture of you when you were 10? Jungkook's whole body went still when he saw the picture. His eyes, empty and cold, stared aimlessly through the picture as though it wasn't even there. "No, it's not. It's just a picture." My eyes drifted away and soon found something on the top of the shelf. There were trophies, tons of them. Oh my god! Chess tournaments, spelling bees, academic contests. "You were totally a nerd," I said with a disbelieving chuckle. I wasn't a nerd. They are my brother's trophies, not mine. "Jungkook, they have literally got your name on them." Jungkook remained silent. "Well, whatever, fine. I did a couple of chess tournaments. Big deal?" he said with a roll of his eyes. "Hey, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just strange. I didn't expect you to be the kind of kid that was into that stuff." "So, you thought I was thick?" "Not exactly. I just thought you were more. You were more athletically inclined." "So thick," he said bluntly. "Okay, fine, maybe a little." I cleared my throat. "No offense, but what happened? As in, why don't you care about education anymore? I mean, the younger you seem to care a lot." "Well, younger me grew up and realized trophies and grades doesn't matter." I disagree. I mean, I admit grades don't always matter, but education does. You shouldn't hide how bright you are, Jungkook. You could really make something of yourself, I said honestly. Jungkook stared at me with a contemplative silence. I went back to looking back at Jungkook's shelves. Suddenly, he stopped me. Feeling suspicious, I glanced his way. Suddenly, I noticed his eyes trailing up and down my body shamelessly. When his sight had come to a halt at my chest, I let out an awkward cough. I saw a visible guilt shining through his eyes. It was the guilt of someone who had got caught. "You have, only got a towel on." "Well, yeah. That's kinda what happens when you grab someone before they get a chance to change." "Oh, right, yeah. That's a fair point. I guess I will let you go get changed." He swallowed. "Can I get changed in here?" I asked boldly. Jungkook's eyes flickered back and forth between mine in disbelief. "Seriously? You want me to watch? Yes," Jungkook said out with a little more enthusiasm than I expected. I couldn't control my laughter. "Oh God! Sorry, Jungkookie, but the day I let you watch me get unchanged is the day I admit myself into a mental hospital," I said as I skipped my way to the door. "It was disgustful curiosity, that's all. I don't care to see what's underneath your towel." "See you at dinner, Jungkookie," I called out with a laugh before closing the door behind me. Once I had changed into my little sundress, I knocked on Jungkook's door, and we walked down to dinner together. "Oh," the two lovebirds have arrived, his dad called out in greeting. For the 113th time, Dad, Wyan and I are not dating, Jungkook said as he pulled out a seat and sat beside his father. But you wish you were. I smiled awkwardly and pulled out the seat next to Jungkook. I surveyed the table and smiled as I saw a buffet-style arrangement consisting of mashed potatoes to roasted chicken. Yeah, my older son Noah made it, his father admitted with a proud smile. Why is he here, Dad? You distinctly told me he wouldn't be here, Jungkook interrupted, his eyes fiery with betrayal. Well, it was the only way I was going to get you to come. What else was I supposed to do? He said awkwardly. I don't know, perhaps not inviting Noah, the backstabbing piece of... Good to see you too, Jungkook. A voice came from behind us. Turning around, I saw Noah confidently pulling out a seat directly opposite Jungkook. He had a devilish spark in his eyes, which I knew meant trouble. Rotten hell. You first. Boys, be civil. We have company, their dad scolded. Finally, Noah's eyes returning to mine and he smiled. I could tell it was a well-practiced player type of smile, the kind of one that was likely designed to get girls to fall at his feet. And what's your name, beautiful? He said smoothly, his voice lowering slightly in an attempt to sound hot. His eyes flickered over to Jungkook as though he was waiting for a reaction. Jungkook's poor fork was clutched in a deathly tight grip, and he was practically boring holes through the side of Noah's head. I cleared my throat to get Noah's attention. My name is Wyan. Well, it's nice to meet you, Wyan. I hope we really get to know each other well. Yeah, sure, I said awkwardly. Noah, their dad interrupted. Yes, Dad. Stop flirting with Wyan. She's your brother's girl. Have some respect. His dad scolded, as though it was a confirmed fact that Jungkook and I were dating. I glanced over at Jungkook, waiting for him to deny it. But it never came. Instead, he moved closer to me and wrapped his arm around the back of my chair and kept glaring at Noah. I looked at Jungkook, wondering if he had lost his mind or something. Jungkook didn't bother to return my gaze and cleared his throat. Unfortunately, Dad, some people don't know the meaning of the word respect. Isn't that right, Noah? Noah smiled. I don't see anything wrong with flirting with girls that aren't taken. I mean, you are definitely not with her, that's for sure. Jungkook looked about, ready to jump across the table. Sorry, are you trying to imply something? Lord, give me mercy, their dad sighed. Noah let out a little chuckle. I know you well, Jungkook, meaning I know when you are chatting stupid. I bet you and Wyan haven't even held hands. Pretend all you want, but you will always be the same pathetic boy who hasn't got the guts to go after what they truly want, won't you? He taunted. Jungkook stiffened. But it's fine. There will always be someone to take what you don't have the spine to get, Noah whispered. There was a complete silence in the room. I turned to Jungkook nervously and found him staring fixedly ahead with almost soulless eyes. Well, this is the end of today's video. The next part will be soon uploaded. Thank you for watching. Bye.